2005, Country Director of Food for the Hungry took back-to-back teams from the United States up to the northeastern region of Rwanda as a possible future site for FH programs.
Children Under the Trees project is focusing on the Umutada district. In Umutada, there are 22,000 children who attend school every day without opportunity of having a classroom, desk, or other amenities in which to study.
No one at the time would have ever imagined what God was about to do in the midst of these beloved Rwandans who had been so stricken by the devastating effects of genocide. Those same families who were forced out of their homes due to the '94 genocide were now being forced back to their homelands from neighboring countries where they once sought refuge. National reserve parks were turned into community development sites, and government housing and schools started to receive funding to help accommodate the massive amounts of refugees seeking for a new start. With the lack of proper and stable infrastructure, teachers were forced to hold class sessions outside under the shade of nearby trees. Having so many stories to share and people to help, Food for the Hungry took an aggressive approach to commence programming in the northeastern region and launch a campaign simply titled Children Under the Trees.
The children that this project will target are the children that are most vulnerable in the communities where we're located. Our goal is not to provide for people over a long term, but to invest in them. And working with education is an investment.
After hearing about the project, pastors and musical artists Phillips, Craig, and Dean became burdened and passionate for the area. Through their partnership with the Christian radio station K-Love, and with Food for the Hungry leading the way, a one-day support fundraiser was promoted live for listeners to join the cause and help meet the physical and spiritual needs of the Rwandan families. The goal for the drive was $96,000, enabling enough funds for 12 classrooms to be completed. Only through the Lord's grace and provision was the drive able to bring in a grand total of $270,000.
If we don't intervene in the lives of children in need, in the lives of vulnerable children, they eventually will create more vulnerable children. And the larger the number of vulnerable children, the larger the number of vulnerable communities, the larger the number of vulnerable nations, the weaker we all are.
In October 2006, Food for the Hungry Short-Term Team Ministry Department organized 2 separate work teams to serve for 10 days in Rwanda as they partnered with local families. The first team set out on the 7th of October and landed on Rwandan soil just 2 days later. Unfortunately, the construction supplies were being held at the Ugandan border and would not make it in time for the team of 7 to start the project. However, God had other plans in store. Rather than stepping into the community and start building right away, the team members spent a solid 10 days forming strong bonds with the community members. The children played, team members prayed together, families laughed, and relationships were established through the selfless service of the 7-member team. Just a few days later, the second team arrived ready and willing to serve. 15 team members joined together coming from 9 different states to serve and partner alongside the Rwandan brothers and sisters in the construction of these classrooms. Through effective team unity, flexibility, hard work, and a lot of humor, God used the team as instruments to fulfill His purpose and plan. At the end of the team's stay, 2.5 buildings were up, brickwork started, and roofing well underway. In just under 2 months, God saw His work through to the end with a final commissioning service between Rwandan FH staff and community leaders. The classrooms were turned over to the community, and yet another miracle of God's was completed. Looking back, everyone involved could easily recognize God's sovereignty and plan for this community's future.
Hi, this is Scott Crepay. One of the most life-changing experiences I have had was when I personally looked into the eyes of the people and children in places that have so much less than you and I. Places where hope is hidden by poverty, sickness, and hunger. Food for the Hungry calls them the hard places.
All around the world, the thousands of miles away, it's so easy to ignore all the hopelessness they face.
We don't have classrooms. We study outside under trees. Many times it is too hot or it is raining. When we are at school, we can't find drinking water. It takes the whole day just to fetch good water.
In the comfort of our beds, the shelter of our homes. We have been blessed more than we'll ever know. That's why we go to the hard places. That's why we seek the names to all the nameless faces. Lost in the crowd, we seek them out. One at a time, with the love of Jesus Christ.
In Rwanda, in the impoverished community of Umatara, literally hundreds of children gather outside under trees for school. No buildings, no benches, no supplies. They sit in the dirt and grass, exposed to heat and rain, thirsty and tired. Many of these children are already vulnerable, living in the midst of extreme poverty. Rwanda is a hard place.
It is hard to study. With no classrooms, no water, and no toilets, many of us just don't go to school.
This broken, hurting world, filled with suffering and pain, the powerless and poor are forgotten and swept away, but not hidden from His sight, not out of reach from His love. He laid down His life for each and every one. That's why we go to the hard places. That's why we seek the names to all the nameless faces.
My name is Winnie. My name is John. My name is Florence. My name is Claude. My name is Oswald. My name is Eloise.
Love of Jesus Christ. We won't sit idly by while innocent children die. We will reach them. We will love them one at a time.
God sent His Son into the hard places. Jesus left the comfort and glory of heaven and traded it for death on a cross. He calls us to follow Him into the hard places, to help the poor, the downtrodden, the hopeless.
That's why we go to the hard places.